I never seen white people going after a white president like this. Usually, if they have their shit, they'll hide it under the thing. Bush Jr., same thing. Oh, his father is this. Let's put it over here. But for the first time ever, y'all all telling me not to vote for this white guy. Why? This is the first group of people that you could say, yo, y'all known for owning things. And that's
a problem. Right. It's bad to point it out.
It's bad to point it out.
Interesting.
Yeah,
right. Because any other race would be like, yeah, that's right.
Like, yo, Dominicans, we good at
yeah.
We the best barbers, man. I love it. But it'd be like, yo, Dominicans the best. No, what you mean Dominicans the best barbers? What you mean?
Yo, chill, bro.
No, you know what? We're going to close your bank account. If I was a cop, I would have been killing mad motherfuckers out here.
Like, that's fucking
bad. Because, yo, some people are really stupid, though. Some people are really stupid. And they, you know, you can't even ask them a question. What you mean? What? And it's like, yo, relax.
Right.
You know, like, yo, these people don't even, they can't even, I think, like, I don't know what the fuck it is to be a cop, but I can kind of understand, like, yo, oh my bad, I'm talking to them. Like, we all be mad at work sometimes. Like, imagine them. They dealing with grown people that probably acting stupid. You go in trying to save a woman from being beat up. Then you trying to restrain the man. Now she's holding you back because you don't. Yo, I would have been. I would have not. Hell no.
Let's go. It's the conversation. Yeah. Take your mind different places. Now you know.
So yeah, we got DiSLA in the crib. What's good, man?
What's good, man?
Thank you for coming through, bro. How was your journey over here?
I was like, where the hell am I when it comes to Queens?
Yeah?
I don't know nothing about Queens. All I know is Manhattan and the Bronx.
Oh, Manhattan and the Bronx? You grew up in the Bronx?
Born and raised.
Where?
196 Grand Concourse. Then I moved to, like, Connecticut. I came back, so now I'm back in the Heights.
What's with this? I've heard this move. Man, people move to Connecticut and then come back to the Bronx. What's that about?
I mean, I left, like, in early 2000s to Connecticut.
But a lot of people do that transition. Is that like a custom? Do a lot of people try to do that, or they be?
I guess because it's supposed to be cheaper.
Okay.
Around that time, that's where my mom went when it was like cheaper. But then it became like, okay, it's cheaper, but it's definitely a whole different place. You know what I mean? It's definitely nothing compared to New York. But when it came to that, I was just there. You know, my mom wanted me to move to a better school. I was going to Uganda in the Bronx, and that's like one of the baddest school ever or whatever. So she did that part of that, but it was cool though because I met new people, so it was like, I ain't bad, but it still ain't the same.
Right. Yo, another reason why, by the way, another reason why I have you on, man, is because I really fuck with your podcast. You have like your own podcast, but it's like almost like a stream of different streams, right? Because you get different clips of different moments, and you get
IG.
On IG, yeah, and then it's very interesting what you choose, man. I'd be like, what's going on today, bro? Like,
yeah. So I basically did.
What birthed
TV
that? Yeah, what birthed that?
After the pandemic, I was like, what the hell am I doing here? And then I'm looking at posts. I'm like, yo, what is the future of posts? Like, I feel like everybody posting the same thing, and I was like, let me just do like something that I want to do, like a collage. So I started working with that. And then little by little, I do that all from my phone. So all the edits, everything, cook it up same day usually from my phone. Just like I view it like the best of or whatever, or just even when putting the candy, what was it called? Putting the medicine in the candy. Like, you know, we know about politics, we know about different stuff, but I put it there, mix it with some like funny shit. You know what I mean? But it's all for me. It's like, what will I want to see in the page? You know what I mean?
Right.
And I also have a podcast, though, Pirate Radio.
Pirate Radio. And what do you guys talk about there?
Me talking my shit.
You talking?
me.
But you're how come I haven't seen this? Are you right in front of it? Like, is there a camera in front of you? Or are you just like, what is this?
No cameras. It's just basically, because like the term Pirate Radio came from like people who was like, how do you call it? Hijacking radio waves, I believe.
Okay. So
they would hijack the radio waves and then talk mad shit or play even music that wasn't allowed to be played. So if you look into that word pirate radio, it's basically pirating radio. But then it became political and stuff like that. Like people will speak about different things. So that's how I use it with mine. So it's basically me saying, yo, this is my view on current events. You know what I'm saying?
What are those views?
Well, mainly, if you just hear it,
yeah. Let's talk about it right now, though. Like, what?
It kind of gets repetitive because it's basically me doing the pirate radio and explaining about current events of politics and how shit was going down. Like prior to the 2020 election, I was like, yo, I know all the celebrities are telling you do this, which is odd, you know, because if you look back, like who are celebrities? Celebrities are just influencers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when you have, you know, Cardi B telling you vote for this person, this goes back to the whole vote or die.
Mm-hmm.
We never seen change. Let's be
Wear
honest.
your mask.
Wear your mask.
Wear your mask.
And when I saw how that was affecting people, like even around me, I was like, whoa. So it's just like, whoever wants to hear, but this is my view on things. And then now, since kind of everything, we can look back 5 years, I was kind of right when it came to a lot of shit. Like, yeah, you know, all that celebrating with champagne when Biden got elected, flash forward now, what? Same shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I was labeled a fucking Trump supporter, which I am not, but I am. It's just like, yo, if you know
I love how you said that. I'm not, but I am.
Because this is like, yo, hold on. I was mad scared of Trump. I was like, oh my God, he's gonna come and, you know, everything's gonna be like, what's that movie? I forgot that movie with the never mind.
On some KKK shit, like on some
like Hunger Games. I thought we were gonna get some Hunger Games. This is it. So I got so scared, and I was in the Bronx, heading to one of the old jobs, and I remember I saw a truck with the Trump sign, and I was like, oh, I got scared. Like the little liberal in me, I was like, oh. So I was like, no, you know what? I'm so scared. Let me go click on his speech. I'm scared. That's it. I'm scared. So let me go on the speech because I need to prepare because, you know, she's gonna be Armageddon or whatever. That's how the news made it look like. I go in that shit, this motherfucker talking about the elites and shit. I'm like, yo, hold up. Are you serious? How come nobody said this point? So I'm like, nah, this is just one of the, I checked another one. And I was like, oh, he's not going to be president talking like that. So he became president. I was like, oh, shit. That was like probably like the most quiet day ever. Everybody's smiles went to fucking... And I was happy. I was like, now we're going to see. Maybe this is the end of the world, but let's see what happens.
Right.
Because, and then you see flash forward, you see how they were trying to make him look like he did this with Russia. It all came out there was a lie. But whatever. I never seen white people going after a white president like this. Usually, if they have their shit, they'll hide it under the thing. Bush Jr., same thing. Oh, his father is this. Let's put it over here. But for the first time ever, y'all all telling me not to vote for this white guy. Why? And then you go and hear his speeches. I'm like, yeah, they don't like him.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to bring change, quote unquote. But I don't, you know.
That's another quote unquote, right? Because you can't, like, do you think that Trump is actually, like, do you think that he cares for people like anyone else would care for people in these positions? Do you think that?
When you say in position, which position?
Political power.
I think he's such like an arrogant person that he wants to go down in history.
Oh, so it doesn't matter about necessarily helping the people. It's a matter of how he goes down in the history. In his eyes?
I think he wants people to talk good about him, but he's just too arrogant. He's a New Yorker. So when you see how people was always doubting him.
He's a New Yorker.
When people always was doubting. When you see like his interviews, and it's always like, why you did this? Why you set up a rink like in the middle of Central Park? He was basically doing it to let people know, listen, I think it was Mayor Koch. Like, yo, this dude takes mad long. He'll tell you, yo, I'm creating this, and I can do it faster with his own money. And just put my name on that shit. And people don't like that. So, you know, it's a lot of arrogant things, you know what I mean? But all I'm saying is this. It's just like, yo, let's not, you know, don't just listen to the news. Like, that phase is gone now. People are listening more to regular people like me and you who have a voice. Well,
that's the thing. It's a matter. I was speaking about this with my stepdad today. He's like, cause he's a very smart guy. You know what I mean? He does his own research. He doesn't listen to what other people say. He's all about facts. And you know, I was like, you know, come be on my podcast. Like I want to like have you on the podcast and we talk. Like I want people to hear your views. And he was just like, nah, I'm not going on your podcast. It's like he thinks like, you know, that what he thinks that, you know, the people that I bring on, what I do is stupid. Like, you know what I mean? And not because like in the aspect of what information are we getting? You know what I mean? And look, for me, I taken everybody's opinions and critiques towards me because I understand what it is. You know what I mean? Like, even if it's my own family, bro, it's no malice. You know what I mean? It's just I understand where it's coming from. Because in reality, what is it? Like, people will like what they like based out of their time and their preference within that. So I'm not going to be pushing anyone to like what I do. If you want to be on it, cool. My purpose, though, within the podcast is to showcase how different people live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And how different people think. Because I feel like we all have a voice, like what you're saying, but it's not necessarily showcased. Mm-hmm. And once you do those types of interactions and what they cause and what they create, bro, I think is more important than what you think of those people. You know what I'm saying? Because when you get to actually hear them speak in a long formatted podcast, you get to really dive in deeper into not only the human psychology, but how they feel living in this fucking bitch. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Like the simulation. So that's why I like to have fun. You know,
right.
Like I don't like to take politics serious. Because, you know, it basically forced me to speak about it because, we living in New York and this shit haven't been good for a while. We have the time to speak up. And when we have the time we speak up, we getting bombarded by the news, celebrity, think this way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's another thing that, like we were talking about and what we were getting at. It's like a lot of information is making a lot of people feel a lot of different things. But they're not taking the time to find out if that information is actually accurate. Same way how you were talking about in terms of like how people view Trump or how people view this person or how people view that person. It's like you don't know until you're there, right? But then you also don't know until that person's actually in power. You know, I've had a lot of people say that it was good when Trump was president for the economy. But for me, I felt like, shit, I still had to work. I still had to pay taxes. I still had to do this. So what was the major difference besides what people were talking about? Mm-hmm. And that's why I feel like at the end of the day, bro, it's all a distraction. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, the people who are actually in power are just like, oh, okay, they're leaning more towards this guy now? Okay, let's just dump the attention on this guy. Oh, no, they're not fucking with him? Oh, they like this one now? I bet this one works? I bet, let's run with this one. You know what I mean? And then whatever, you know, way the current is going, they're going to be okay with because it's still not them. You know what I mean? Not them being...
I found like this time it was very different, man. Like, okay, I never voted before, so I was like, okay, Obama, yeah, absolutely, why not? I didn't know what the hell he was running for.
Because he was a black guy.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I did it just for that.
Right.
I remember I had Obama Scully and shit back at that time. You know what I'm saying? Then I was like, you know what? Everything gonna change. Let me get the newspaper. At that time, I was like going to work, going to the newspaper. Let me get the newspaper to make sure I read everything that he's doing. And I'm tired of buying newspaper. I'm like, yo, this is 2 years has passed by. Then 4 years has passed by. And then he comes with the, remember, hope. Hope.
Yeah, remember.
I'm like, no.
No.
And then Hillary comes, and I'm like, oh, so this is how it's going to go? We're going to get the black one. We're going to get the white one. And then, the next gay president.
Right.
The next, it's going to be like that. Like, it's like,
you stopped right there because it could have.
It's like a simulation. So I'm like, wait. So then this motherfucker Trump came out of nowhere, and then I see, like, everybody's reaction. I was like, ooh, like, I know something is different. And even if, technically, I was like, I take everything with a grain of salt. So I'm like, okay, he didn't do shit the 4 years. What the Republicans are saying is like, he never got a chance to do what he could. I'm like, I don't want to hear that. Let's see what happens in the second term. Because he talked like there's going to be some monumental changes. And I'm waiting for the same thing. Unfortunately, obviously, we're going to have to go to work. I think these motherfuckers never going to do some utopia shit.
Nah.
That shit's out the window.
Nah, it's out the window. That's what I mean. And it's crazy because, we're running on this path that is draining all of our energies for something that is fabricated and isn't even real, which is money, right? And our belief in what we give value. Like I asked this question before. I'm like, yo, why do we look at gold the way we look at gold? Or diamonds the way that we look at diamonds? Because if we're talking about scarcity, there's an abundance of diamonds.
Yeah.
So then why is the price going up? Emeralds, technically like rubies, sapphires, all these should be more expensive then, because there's less of those, but it's not. So then, okay, so then price is controlled by the victor.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like, yo, all right, so that's perception then. Because what is it in reality? If there's more of us than there are them, but they're controlling the price. And then and on top of that, you know, it's always a divide. This divide of knowledge, power, greed, right? And the people who want to uphold everything want to make sure to keep us divided, arguing with each other, continuous chaos, while they reap the benefits of whatever we think is most valuable in that time. So gold, right, is the most valuable, you know, right now, right, in terms of element, stone. I spoke on this before too. My mom gave me this stone called lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli is like an old stone. It used to be man's first sought after stone. It was more valuable than gold at a time.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, like in history.
Right, but now it's worthless. Now it's like cents.
Think about like fucking salt and pepper. We get them shits everywhere in McDonald's, but at time people was fighting for that.
Yes, wars, literal wars.
For salt and pepper. It's crazy, but you're right. And it's just like, there's always this classism. Like, I get it, like, if it comes to gold, I get it, but when it comes to, like when you see how people, whoever controls the world, you could tell, like, they need a class system, because if everybody just be good, then they're going to see it as who's going to be the one working in McDonald's then. Because ain't nobody going to want to do that then if we all good.
Yeah, I think the whole purpose of evolution, true evolution, would be having everyone recognize that they can provide for their own, and showing everyone how they can, showing everybody how they could cook, showing everybody how they could build, showing everybody how they could even use technology. You know, why not be able to just learn, grow, feed ourselves with what is here on Earth already. but we want to just add this monetary value to it because it keeps everything in control. But, you know, to get to that point, we would need like a global understanding of respect. A true global understanding of respect. Then it would be possible. Because in reality, what are all the problems really stemming from? Disrespect. Disrespect of, yeah, lack of money. But then the lack of money versus someone who has money could be very disrespectful to the motherfucker that has no money. You know what I'm saying?
But
take advantage.
The person without money, that could be just a real nice person, he could become a very disrespectful person. True
too. Very true too.
So
yeah.
It's just, I think everything is about just solving first hunger and then at least shelter. Then from there, people like, I'll be thinking like, okay, so we have AI robots, right? Flipping burgers. So it's funny how we have that now. Give it at least 15 years, no more than that. How come we don't get to a point that you could just, instead of buying a car, which as soon as you leave out the lot, it decreases in value.
Right.
Why isn't there a program to like, hey, guys, get ready. Because now you could at least rent out an AI robot that you could use, that you could sell, not sell, but basically have him work in a restaurant to whatever, flip burgers, and you make money off of that.
Yeah.
Like, that's just some idea that I'm over here thinking, obviously it's probably like, you got to go through mad crap to actually end up with that, because I'm just chilling in my house thinking about that.
Yeah, but then there's people that already have the financial resources to get them situated with that. Think about the licenses right now with the weed shops. Mad weed shops are closing down, and then some stay open. Why? Because they have the licenses, certain licenses. Oh, I thought you had this license. Oh, no, but you needed another one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they make it hard.
So if you're looking at how people are in society, right? It's all manipulation, bro. At the end of the day, and it's within the time that they're living, which is short.
Yeah.
It's short if you think about it. Look how fast time goes, bro. You know what I'm saying? So they're just trying to make it easier for the next members of their family if they make it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to pose you this question. Is it right, or what is right or wrong in a world where people constantly take? What's right and what's wrong in a world that when people constantly take? Do you know what I mean by that?
Well, I mean, necessity, that's definitely out of it, but it's because a lot of people don't have. It's easy for us to see because we in America, like, you know, like when you hear like statistics of people who don't even have internet, and like, okay, whatever, but when you just look at places like Brazil and you see like that whole favela shit, whatever the hell it's called, like, or those little hoods or whatever, and it's just like, god damn, like, nobody got money, like, we can't fix that. Because if you want to at least kick off and be like, oh, why we have crime? Yeah, because there's classism in it. So when people don't have, they're going to take.
Right.
You think babies are born with like an attitude talking about, you know, I'm going to start robbing when I get old? No. They just see what's around. They're like, oh, okay.
Right.
You know, so then they're going to do what they're going to. It's easy for me to say, don't steal.
Right.
But then you probably have a kid, you know, or your mom's sick, and then you gotta do something.
Yep.
So then what happens? You know, everybody want to be like, oh, you should just ask. Yeah, like people get robbed and be like, you should have asked me for money. I would have gave it to you. Yeah, but no, you know what it is. Once you ask for money, people gonna be like, oh, okay,
right.
You know, we all become judgmental. Like, oh, what you need this for? Like, you know what I'm saying? So people rather not, you know, beg. You know, we all have self-respect too. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see all like America here. All the money go to like different countries, and then you have people here fucked up. You be like,
yeah.
You know, who's more important, your citizens?
No.
It's just like, hey, I'll send you money so you can look nice and you can say that our country is great.
Perception. That's what's most important to them. Perception. Upholding that.
And then in a way, it's like we could do something about it. We have internet, man. That's how I see it. We doing this podcast. You know what I'm saying? I do my videos to kind of, you know, like crack the ceiling of people's like image of shit. Like, yo, people think like everything is just all sweet. It's not.
It's not.
It's really not. And then they look around. But wait, why is this happening?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
they're caught off surprise.
Sometimes I be blaming like the people older than us, like our parents, because it's just like, damn, like they were here, they let gentrification rock. Nobody gave a fuck. Yeah,
a lot of people let shit happen to them rather than standing up and doing something. But then it goes back to the whole, what are they standing up and going towards? And I can understand that too, because when people, you know, if you're thinking about Occupy Wall Street, or anytime we have these political uprisings, you know, people are so misdirected in so many different causes that it never actually revolutionizes to a human standpoint, because there's too many cultural differences, and I feel like these cultural differences are fabricated by the very people that try to control their people and keep everything in a loop. So for me, I feel like if there ever is going to be an actual true revolution, then there must be a deeper true conversation to how we view one another. And you know, because there's a lot of sides and there's a lot of people, depending on what race you are or whatever the background, class, whatever, that make them feel like they're separated from one another. But in reality, people are much more alike than afar. So then it becomes a point where, you know, what is the true revolution in my eyes? The true revolution in my eyes would be when people of all true different backgrounds are coming together to say, yo, let's live free. Let's live free from the chains of what this system has created for us for hundreds and if not thousands of years.
Listen, I also realize that people are stubborn as fuck too. People don't want to hear that shit.
Nah, exactly.
You can get in the corner and be like, yo, I want to do this. People going to be looking at you up and down and by. So
that's a fact.
This is why I say this. I think the only way shit going to be working is if something very catastrophic happens to us.
I don't even think that. Think about it.
People going to tighten up real fast.
Like what?
Like no fucking lights. Like if there's the so-called EMP that's going to happen if we go to World War III. Because listen, everything is pointing like to World War III. Will it happen? Who knows? But people don't even think about like, yo, what the hell? What will happen if there's no light no more? You know what I'm saying? Look how people acted when it was that COVID shit. these people gonna fucking break down and panic. New York City really gonna be on some Gotham City
Yeah,
shit.
what happens if there was actual like bombings,
Yeah.
airstrikes happening here in this country?
Like, what's that movie that came out on Netflix that it was about, like, the systems went down, shit like that? It was a famous, came out, like, last year. That these planes started falling down because the GPS, all that shit got scrambled up. And then
I didn't see it.
people was basically becoming tribal and shit. Like, don't enter my house, I got my gun. It's gonna get like that. I feel like it's gonna get like that. Like,
I mean, it's already kind of like that in different countries. I mean, in different states, right? Like, people carry guns in different states. In New York, you can't have a gun. Whatever, some people still do. But at the end of the day, in other states, bro, people walk around with this shit. People be like, you say what? You know what I mean? They're ready to take that shit out, bro. Like that. I remember I was in Florida, and I was crossing the street. I had the right of way, bro. A motherfucker almost runs me over with his car. I'm like, yo. He stops his car, bro. Points out his gun towards me and said, what? I was like, nothing. I was like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a little clever way though to just brag. See, that's the dangerous part about.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying.
People's mind state, like, people were mad emotional. So
Yeah.
shit like that happened. If you would have kept going, then he probably would have really shot.
Yeah, that's why I was like, nothing, bro. What the fuck? I know this motherfucker is serious. And I'm trying to lose my life over because why? Because you almost hit me with your fucking car? What the fuck is wrong with that? You know what I'm saying? But the shit is that, yo, it's the land of the free, right? I mean, every state got its own little remedy that they choose to.
And I don't mind the gun thing, but, you know, it doesn't have to be on some, hey, every time a school gets shot up, let's bring it right. It's like they got it right there. That's why, I've been noticing a lot of things when it comes to politics. I was like, yo, I can't believe how this shit is. I'm not in no party, but I do see that anytime there's a shooting, you know what I'm saying, here it comes. Yo, guys, we got to ban it. And it's just like, yo, it's to a point that it's like, yo, if I was a demonic person, I would be like, let's make sure we get these schools shot up. Come on, we got to get this rolling. Because that's how it's becoming. It's not even like people really got interest for the country itself. It's just like a country with like a moms and a pops. You know what I'm saying? The mom is the one that be like, no, you know, this is what. The pops is the more strict person. But it's just like, yo, we should just have a unison. Like, yo, yeah, this does not make sense. This makes sense. Let's put it together.
That's interesting that you say that because isn't the statistic in America for the divorce like 50%? So maybe that plays a role into it, right? Because if you think about it, families don't stay together in America more than other countries.
Yeah, because think about it. You're gonna make me go to work. You're gonna basically, because how society is, you're gonna make my wife go to work. If me and her have an argument, she's gonna be next to that one dude at work that always next to her. She's gonna vent to him probably. What that leads to? They're gonna play fucking dominoes? Nah, they probably gonna end up fucking.
That ass.
So now I'm over here looking crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, you know, you do have the feminist movement that is, you know, women gonna tell the women, nah, fuck out of here, go to work. And it's just like when you look at the history, allegedly it was because they wanted women to pay taxes too when it came to like that whole bullshit.
Yeah, I was talking to someone about, because you know how women weren't able to smoke cigarettes back in like the 1920s or something like that? But then once it broke out that women were smoking cigarettes, the stock of the cigarette rose like crazy. Yeah. Because there's more women than there are men. But it's just like, and then they were like, oh, word? We can make more money? I bet. Yeah, you can smoke. I heard it. And then they made their own types of cigarettes. That's when menthol came out. Like the minty taste, you know, and the guys were smoking like more of the rough.
Like the Marlboros.
Yeah.
No, but when you see shit like that, you see they literally interview the people who come up with the marketing schemes. Yeah, I made that one up. I wanted the women to be independent, and what will look better than a woman with a cigarette? And when you see it, you're like, oh shit, that's true. And now you see why women just be like, oh, I gotta get my cigarette. And the movie Hollywood gonna be like, here we come. Let's make this girl that smoked the cigarette kick every fucking grown ass guy's ass right here.
Right.
And this is all a mental
psychological.
Problem. Like, you know what's funny? Like, I always tell my cousin this, and I'll be like, yo, I don't know if people understand, but it's just like when I saw how they used Power Rangers to like to basically advertise it for kids. I'm like, this is like a crazy mind fuck. Like they were like the guy Saban, I think is the main shit for Power Rangers. He basically said, yo, let's take these videos from Japan and let's just basically take all the karate, whatever, and then we just gonna hire like 5 people and we just gonna shoot them here. But they're not the ones. Like it's basically using regular people with like footage from Japan. And I be looking at it, I'm like, that's such a fucking great idea. And then I'm like, yo, you would think like when you're a kid, you see everything like, oh, everything is like a scheme, a marketing behind it. We gotta target this age and this age. And I'm like, yikes. So imagine that to the next level.
Yeah, and so on and so forth.
You know what I'm saying? Because
until we die.
I be thinking like that shit is true. Like they be having, there's a huge station that they just have everybody's like personal like their bio. Like you know how you play Sims?
Yeah. And
you can probably click on a character and you can say he likes to play baseball and this. I think because of social media,
technology,
and
everything, yeah.
Accept every fucking policy.
Well,
so
you ever seen that video where it shows? I forgot what are the different lights there are? Ultraviolet,
the
infrared.
And shit, infrared.
There's different lights, right?
Yeah.
So it shows a different light. So imagine I'm recording a video of you and you're on your phone, and it shows the different type of light. I forgot what light it was. I'll look it up, and then I'll clip it. But yo, your phone takes pictures of you, bro. Like every few seconds. And you don't notice it. And you don't see it.
No,
but in this light, you see it. It flashes, bro. So everything that you're doing, bro, it's just like taking photos. You know what I'm saying?
You're already getting hurt by Siri. Sometimes it'll just come out of nowhere like, Like, no, I didn't even
prompt you. I didn't even prompt you.
What are you talking about?
Yo, bitch, I wasn't talking to you.
Yeah,
Did
like,
you hear me say
go to the living room. Like, yo, and I'm like, we accepting just to make life easier, I guess.
You're right.
They definitely have profiles on all of us. And this is another thing that, people be like, there's a camera on the TV. And I'll be like, whatever. But who knows, right?
Yeah,
but I definitely know this. Or allegedly.
On the TV.
I didn't know that they could kind of tell if there's people in the room with like just wave frequencies, like from allegedly, like they could tell the way, like, obviously if you have Wi-Fi here, it's not like we could see the waves of Wi-Fi. That shit's invisible.
It's true.
But allegedly I heard some shit like there's like, they can kind of tell if someone is in the room just for the wave frequency and whatever refracts back. So, like, let's say if nobody's in the room, you'll see probably like a bunch of waves going out. But if you see movement, there's obviously disturbance within that. Like, there's things like if I put a brick wall, the Wi-Fi will be like, yo, there's something in the middle because it's not getting to the other side. Mm-hmm. So this is what I heard, that people people even solve murder cases by just seeing if there was a disturbance in that frequency. If they see too many things moving around at once, they'd be like, yes, like somebody killed somebody, it was in this room. And that's just by bouncing frequency from the waves of like the Wi-Fi. Like, I heard shit like that and I was like, no wonder people get caught. Like they trying to be sneaky and commit murder and be like, no, but they be having technology that they don't tell us to see if we're going to lie about it. And be like, nah, this is the technology we can't tell people we have because they're going to freak out. But we use it for shit like solving a murder.
Yeah, and then you get the motherfuckers that be like, oh, I want to get away from all that shit. And then they end up being murderers. They these weird-ass places that be...
You can't escape the grid.
Right.
You can't escape it.
Yeah.
That's why I just look it up as like a simulation, have fun. You know what I'm saying?
Have fun. Word.
It is what it is because it looks like these people... There's definitely got to be somebody who controls everything.
Do you think it's a family?
It could be. It could be. When we look at the shit with Palestine, it looks crazy. Now just imagine how that shit was back in the days when people were barbarians. Imagine if there was Twitter during Genghis Khan wilding out. Yeah, we would have not liked that at all.
There was a 10% dip in our population. 10%.
With Genghis Khan?
Yeah. That's crazy. Imagine 10% of the world gone.
And it's crazy because, like, you see, like, a footage, like, watch out, 18 or older to watch this footage. And there's somebody, let's say, getting stabbed up. How you think people were going to war back then? With long-ass swords. Decapitating and all that.
Way more. My dog, they fought with the Romans. Like that breed fought with the Romans. Like it's yeah, war's been going on forever, bro.
Now it's a little weird that like that whole Palestine shit is still going on now because it's like, damn, we still doing war.
Why are you surprised? How are you surprised?
I be looking at that shit and it goes back to that classism shit. So it's just like, if people are like, if people would just go ahead and sending money to different countries, and there's no way why we should be living like this at all. There's no way at all.
Yeah, you're right. And then also what we do in our country too also reflects in our taxes, right? Because taxes supposedly is used, right, to reconstruct, rebuild, do repairs, all these things, right? So if we're not being taught to grow and take care of our land, then of course we would always be having to pay more money. And I think that's what goes back to what I was saying before in terms of like, if we all were to come together in a way that helps one another understand how to be self-sufficient and grow and build, then we wouldn't have to pay so much money in taxes. And we wouldn't have to pay so much money in certain things, right? Because people are helping the earth. But they're not.
And it could be done. That's crazy. When you look around and when you see stuff like everybody talking about climate change and all this, and then, you know, population, and I'm like, but then again, please let me know if it's true or not that everybody could fit in the state of Texas. If that's true, then these people must know that too. But they still pumping down that propaganda like, yo, what's going on? You know what I mean? So it's just like, when you look at New York, you go upstate, you be like, you see all that land? You be like, yo, so you telling me nothing could be built on that shit?
Right.
No. It just, you made it? All right, cool. Look at shit with like, I be thinking about like, of Kanye West. All right, let's go ahead. He made it himself, making beats. All right, now he became a billionaire or whatever. He says something that you're not supposed to say, they took all that money away. So there is a glass ceiling. They make it look like, yo, you just gotta work hard.
Right.
Just work hard and you'll get it. Yeah, all right, but then there's always something there.
But this is the dangerous topic right now, because he pointed out the people that are controlling that.
Yeah. And it's crazy because this is the first group of people that you could say, yo, y'all known for owning things, and that's
a problem. Bad. Right. It's bad to point it out?
It's bad to point it out?
Interesting.
Yeah,
right. Because any other race would be like, yeah, that's right.
Like, yo, because we good at we the best barbers, man.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I love it. But it'd be like, yo, Dominicans the best. No, what you mean Dominicans the best barbers? What you mean?
Yo, chill, bro.
No, you know what?
Chill,
We're going to close your bank account.
Yeah.
You're fired. I never seen that. So I'm like, oh. And then I'm looking around like, yo, y'all believe in these motherfuckers?
Yo.
That's why I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Nah. And it's getting more obvious and more obvious.
Yeah.
And then you see, all I see on Twitter is dead babies, which I never seen that in my life like this. And then you go to the United States and they literally get there with their tie and goes, well, I don't believe that this is crossing the line. And I'm like, yo, can you believe this shit? Let's be honest. If it was Christian, white, blonde, beautiful kids, little angels, in those pictures with the rebels,
clipped.
That shit would have been done.
Clipped.
It would have been done automatically.
Clipped.
And that's why, like, I felt like I was like the runaway slave from the Democrats. I was like, I was there. Then I went to the Republicans. That's how that was. And I was like, ooh, I definitely see errors in both.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you swing too much to this side, you can look crazy. If you swing too much to that side, you look crazy because it's getting to the point that it's like God is like, you fuck with that team? Because it's like everybody want to live in teams. And if my team loses, I'm mad at you. Yep. No, nah. Just see who has... It's like an umpire. I'm calling balls and strikes.
Right.
I might be a little off, but I'm trying to... it's in the moment. So you see how... It's like God was like, all right, you're in that team. What happens if this situation pops up? What is your opinion? And now you see these Republicans like, well, you can't hide behind Hamas. And it's like, okay. So now they bombed the Christian school. they got fucking livid. Well, he should not be doing that. You know, those are. And it's like, well, they all kids.
Mm-hmm.
So now we don't care about kids.
Right.
So you could be. So what happens in the hostage situation? They don't be like, well, he got 17 people. Nah, fuck that. Bomb that whole shit. They don't do that. Mm-hmm. They negotiate. That's what they should have done. But then when it comes to this, they want to be on some Steph Curry shit. Just bomb away. And it's like, you got to be a real dude to go and infiltrate.
And you know what's funny? Any single time that you talk to the opposing side, and there's always sides to this, right? But they'll always bring up, oh, but they shouldn't have kept the hostages. And it's just like, yeah, a lot of shit shouldn't have happened. That's just all fucked up. But it's just like, yo, it's still going on today. Still not stopping.
And it's like brutality. Like, this is what y'all came from, and y'all pump down our faces. Almost every 10 years, y'all create a Holocaust movie to remind us. And you're doing the Holocaust to certain other people. And you have celebrities that you be like, yeah, they keep it real, or he's a rapper, he's the hardest rapper out there. They won't even touch that subject at all.
Yeah, exactly,
how
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly, yo, bro. You know, it's mad funny that you say that shit, bro, because that's I'm working on something that is actually highlighting exactly what the fuck you're saying, because it's so true, bro. It's so fucking true, bro. And that's the thing, right? And that's why I talk about cultures in the way that I do. I respect culture. Don't get me wrong. There's stuff to learn from everybody, but let's also not get it twisted that culture has been fabricated to control you. Yeah. You know, and to control your people. And so if you're constantly like, you know, trying to big up your culture, I get where it's coming from, but it's also, yo, you're being manipulated, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, to believing in this frame of mind that keeps people separated, no matter what. And it's like set in stone type of shit. For some people, not all.
I don't like when I still in my I hate to bring it always to politics, but this is what we're dealing with right now a lot, and it's becoming important. So I was just looking, because I was like, yo, these people on the so-called Republican side, they want all of us to assimilate to America. Like, nah, man. What makes America good is different people's, you know, y'all love to buy those tacos, Taco Tuesday.
Right,
okay.
Right.
Well, that's different people's
when
culture.
when you like it, it's all good. Right?
Y'all love to go to Washington Heights, right? But what will happen if that full gentrification is there, and the food that y'all love that you usually buy there is just replaced by a bunch of Chipotles? You know, it's taken away. So this definite shit that you see on both sides, I'm like, it's ridiculous. And I do see how it's a manipulation, because it's just like, yo, let's just be honest. And here's another thing. Don't be afraid to be wrong.
Right.
I wish I was wrong about this Trump shit. I wasn't. I wish I was wrong. I wish I was wrong about the COVID shit. I wish I was wrong. You know, when people was looking at you crazy, and then you have jobs sending emails like, hurry up, guys. Hurry up and take it, guys. Uh-huh. Like, we're fucking sheeps. Like,
or getting paid.
Oh, no. And then you have this motherfucker like, look at this hamburger. Tastes good, right? You telling me this is free if you get a shot? That was so fucking
You took the shot?
Hell no.
Me neither. Fuck that shit, bro. Fuck that shit.
No. But it's just crazy.
Yo, and everybody looked at me. My family looked at me like I was crazy, bro. Like I was gonna die. All that shit.
Good thing my mind was like, yeah, that shit sounds fishy. I'm not doing none of that shit. Cause you telling me that when it comes to cancer, oh, you gotta pay, bud. But when it comes to this, no, it's free. Oh no, it's not working. Yo, give them free cheesecakes. Yo, tell them this. Yo, fuck it. Who's the best artist out there? Jay-Z? All right, well, tell them to make a song about it.
Right.
Like, you literally have strippers making songs like, yo, backs that up or some shit like that. Oh, fucking Cash Money. You could tell, like, this is what I hate. I hate money because it will make people do a lot of foolish shit. Like, when you had Cash Money remix the Back That Ass Up with Backs That Ass Up or whatever.
Oh, shit.
You see that shit?
Nah, well, probably, and I tuned it out.
Ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Like, is it worth it? What they gave you, $20,000? Is it worth it? And now you have people coming up with crazy shit. Not everybody, thank God, but you do have people coming up with shit from the vaccine. And it's just like, is it worth it, bro? Is it worth it? Telling your people to go ahead and you don't even know. You couldn't even say, I don't know. I think it's up to you. Nah, it was like, oh, what you mean? Oh, you're dangerous. What's
right?
People telling me I'm dangerous because of my opinion? Fuck out of here. That's why, like, if the Bible is true and that whole Armageddon shit happens, and like, let's say we probably live on some shit like the Book of Eli or Mad Max, where people just gotta fight for like gasoline or something. I can see that happening because people are gonna fucking fold. They're gonna fold. If something happens tomorrow, people don't know. They're like, what? No,
right.
They don't know what to do. That's why, like, I understand why however that shit works with the voting, like the electoral, whatever, that basically lets you know that it's not really your vote that counts. Damn right, it better not count. Y'all motherfuckers is dumb. Like, a lot of people need to get fucking. That's why they easily manipulated. Oh, who you like? Cardi B? Throw Cardi B. Tell them to vote. I'm like, yo, are you serious? And now people want to complain. Yo, but the rent is high, the food is high. Yeah, motherfucker. Because you listen to Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, you imagine being an artist, and they're like, yo, you're invited to the Grammy. I'm like, oh hell yeah, yo, but we need a favor. We want to make sure you got an audience. Cause that's a new thing. You got an audience. You shouldn't be doing that. So they'll tell you, yeah, but go ahead and tell them to vote for this person. They were literally telling you, like, we need to vote evil out.
Right.
They were basically letting you know who to vote for right there.
Right.
That's crazy. Like, hell no.
And everyone fell for it.
I don't care if Trump is fucking Hitler 2.0. Don't tell me what to do. Because you just lining me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell nah.
Do you think that in 10 years, America is going to be something completely different than what we see right now?
It definitely will be. It always is. Like, nothing was the same even 10 years ago. It's just crazy because we don't know what it's going to be. We don't know if, listen, the way these people acting, I'm going to say like this. The way these people acting about making Trump's life impossible to just fucking run for president for 4 more years. What the hell y'all so scared about? Y'all acting like this motherfucker gonna unseal something that we don't know about, that y'all trying to hide, and y'all going to extremes. Y'all don't even care how y'all look. Y'all they're over here trying to basically defend Biden falling everywhere, talking crazy. They really defending that shit. And I'm like, yo, I just never seen y'all motherfuckers react this way when it came to this presidency shit. So I feel like it can go many ways. Either he could probably win, and then he can get JFK'd out, which causes a civil war, because you are people that take this politics shit too serious, a little too serious. You know what I'm saying? But I could see that shit happening. I could see, the United States falling under like chaos. I could see that shit. It feels kind of like chaosy now. There's still
it always kind of does. Right?
Is there enough cops? We don't know.
Yeah.
The way shit was going on, listen, all it takes is one bullshit ass emergency, people gonna wild out.
Well, you seen those pictures of some of the cops, like the new hires that they be?
Yo, I saw this cop that I was like, how would she stop me if I was to wild out right now? A small ass little cop, a female. And it's just like, I guess, hopefully not the type that you be like, yo, what you mean, bitch? It's like, oh, what? Bah, 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 empty that whole clip on you. Like, yo, I hope they getting trained right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because that's another thing too, right? When people's sizes and their egos and like certain tribulations that they've gone through in their own life, maybe they have their own triggers. So you have these people that are cops, you're giving them guns.
Yeah. And they get emotional too. Their wife probably cheated on them. They see a
Yo,
dude.
bro, I was on the block the other day, bro. These cops, bro, in like a paddy wagon, are driving down the block, and there's these girls that are dressed like they look good, you know what I mean? They have their dresses on and shit, all wearing red, matching and shit. Yo, the cops honk at them, bro. Like if there was like, yo, bro.
I fuck with that. Yeah. I fuck with that. I would have done it too if I was a cop. I would have been like, man, this shit's boring as hell.
But my point within that is like, yo, motherfuckers want to talk shit in the realms of like, oh, but these people are that, or these people are that, or these people are that. Yo, they're people, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
If I was a cop, I would have been killing mad motherfuckers out here. Like,
oh, that's fucking
bad. Because, yo, some people are really stupid, though. Some people are really stupid, and they, you can't even ask them a question. What you mean? What? And it's like, yo, relax.
Right.
Like, yo, and these people don't even, they can't even, I think, like, I don't know what the fuck it is to be a cop, but I can kind of understand, nigga, like, yo, Oh my bad, I'm talking to them.
No.
Like we all be mad at work sometimes. Like imagine them. They dealing with grown people that probably acting stupid. You go in trying to save a woman from being beat up. Then you trying to restrain the man. Now she's holding you back because you don't. Yo, I would have been. I would have not. Hell no. I would have been like this. Look, remember like the action movies? They go like this with the guns. They're like just everybody getting that shit. Cause come on, yo. There's people that they literally say, yo, you suck my dick. And I'm like, I mean, they just asking you a question.
Right.
Look at the cops. They always videos about, oh, yo, lower the boom box. Yo, fuck out of here. They'll come again. Yo, lower the boom box. Yo, fuck out of here. They coming again. Now they taking it. Don't touch me. Don't touch. That's all you hear. Don't touch me. And then how about this? Because this happens in my block too. Okay, fuck it. The cops won't fuck with y'all. Y'all grown. Y'all know what y'all doing, right? No, but they don't. They go, they finish the party, and they leave all the bottles there. You can tell like I'm getting old because this is how we not when I was young. I didn't give a fuck. But I'm like, this is why gentrification happens.
Right.
This is why.
Yeah.
You know, you can't have it good. You fuck it up. You fuck it up. Like there's literally like bottles everywhere, and then but when the cops come, oh, don't touch me type of shit, and they be giving. Nah, if I was a cop, man, I definitely understand what it is. Like I understand. You do have cops that go through that shit so much that they become villains.
Right.
But it comes from something.
It does, and oh man, I can't even imagine the coming back home. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the craziest
shit.
shit.
And then imagine you come home and like your wife don't fuck with you, your kids just want to be in the living room playing video. I mean the game in the room playing video games, and you're just like, okay,
what's my life? Yeah.
Go back to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, hell no. Like I think a lot of hoods. I'm saying it because I'm from the hood. There's a little trauma there. There's a lot of trauma. Like when you see shit like that, like when you see, I don't know if it's just because I'm old, but when you see like people with their kids and it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's just like, damn, you really want to have fun outside? Like,
right?
You can't, like you got a kid out there. Like I don't know. People think different, I guess people want to have fun, but you want to have fun because we're probably living under a lot of stress. Mm-hmm. We all are. What you gonna do? I get it. To have 2 days off from a job or some shit, and you just gotta handle everything in those 2 days.
Yep.
And then they come with the idea when maybe we're gonna lower the work week. I'm like, all right. Then then you have people, you don't want to work full day. It's like, yo. We still doing things from the days of factories where people had all that shit was designed, the 5-day work week.
Right.
All that shit was designed. It's just some people fuck it up for others, and it's just like, it's like the whole thing when I think about like reparations, right? I fuck with it. You know why? Because this country became a superpower for free labor. Like that's crazy. Like when you really think about it, like to become a superpower is crazy. Like over London.
Yeah, and in a short period of time.
Yeah, over China. Just like what?
Mm-hmm.
And all the technology.
And you could, like, let's not fucking bullshit either, right? Within that too, they could point out and find the reference where, okay, this business was created from this and this was created from that, and these were the people that helped with that, and those were the family names, and then these names turned into these names. You could find who is owed that money. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like they could find.
And the reason I say I'm with it because it's like, okay, what we complain that, let's say the hoods, whether it's blacks and Hispanics, sometimes even hoods where there's white people too. You know what I'm saying? But the main thing is money. It's money. You think I'm gonna have a fat bank account? And I'm like, yo, there he is. Let me go rob his chain when I can get 80 chains right now because of my bank account. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I'm not saying give money for free because I know it's like, oh, you got to work for it. But motherfucker, we make so much money as a country.
Right, but I'm gonna pose you this because that's what happened in Venezuela, right? Like because and that's why I always ask people that question, and I'll explain more as to why. But what happens when you give a bunch of broke people money? They don't know how to handle it. Exactly. So that whole aspect of like, you got to work for it, it is true. Because if you don't work for it, then you won't understand how to keep it, maintain it.
That is
true. So it's like there's an element to that. But it's just, there's so much that is taken and robbed from people so that they feel that they are owed. And you're absolutely right, you are owed. But Are we gonna look at animals in the wild and say if I don't know, a fox was chasing a rabbit and then an eagle came down and ate it and got it, is the fox gonna be like, hey, that was mine first?
Well, that's in the animal kingdom.
Right, but this is the animal kingdom.
Nah, we smarter than them.
No, but people want to say that, right? But then are we though? Because we're still in wars and we're still doing this and we're still doing that and we're still, you know what I mean? We're intricate animals, sure, you know? But there's still chaos all around. Same way as
You're right, because the fact that we're still killing each other after, like, you know, like, we're not living in those medieval time days.
Yeah, we don't need to be doing
We
that
don't need to be
shit.
killing people no
Yeah,
more.
why can't, honestly, I always thought about this. Why can't wars be like paintball, with paintball guns? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I was like, I got you, like, or like, oh, that's it, bro. Look, the paint is on you. That's it. Like, you gotta go. And it's just like, all right, fuck. France won this year. You know what I mean? Like, or whatever. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
But that's not gonna happen. Motherfuckers need to die. Oh, okay, so we are animals, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Let's not get it twisted. And then also, what happens when you are, like what we were talking about before, like if you're running out of resources and you need to make ends meet and you're like, fuck, what do I do? Like, you gotta make shit happen, right? And it's just like, fuck. Wouldn't you say that's animalistic as well? Because in those moments, people are taken, bro. Same way animals are just taken, you know what I mean?
True.
So
That is true.
bro, like, you know, so it's, I always say, bro, this is Animal Planet and we all watching, bro.
I also feel that we're smart enough to adapt, though. Like,
We're smart enough to adapt, but where's the tuner? Do you know what I mean by that? The people who are finding that tune. Because, yes, we are able to advance in the way they would like us to advance, but not in the way that we should advance for the earth.
Yeah, because listen, here's my thing. Like, the reason why I said reparation, because I don't want nobody to come up with no more excuses now. Okay, that happened. You're right. Let's find a way, because we can find beautiful ways to strategize against other countries and overthrow other countries. We so good at that shit, you won't even see it coming. Their own people won't even see it coming.
For real.
You over here chanting for this president. We implemented him. We funded his schooling. That's how. It's levels to that shit. Mm-hmm. So you telling me that there's no way I can come up? All right, so somebody's gonna mishandle it. Nigga, America is in $1 trillion in debt. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, you're gonna tell me that, okay, so we can't give money because they're gonna misspend it. So you're telling me we can't even create a program that helps with people how to. We don't get that in school. We never gotten that in school. So of course we're gonna keep seeing that. Plus, on top of that, when you turn 18. You get those emails like, hey, you want to get this credit card? Mm-hmm. You have people who set up people to fail
For
with
real.
buying houses. Mm-hmm. If everything fucks up, the banks get a fucking parachute. Mm-hmm. They get a check. They rebound, but it's never like that for the people. Mm-hmm. Then you wonder why people are stressed out. People who probably lose their houses. They be in the trains wilding out.
Yeah.
Everything has a starting point.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? But it just feels like there's no interest in that, into fixing that.
Nah, at all.
Because don't tell me it's about money when y'all printing out money for whatever y'all want. Y'all print out money for whatever y'all want. It's just they need a class system. I don't know why, but it's also our fault because we don't say shit either. Like, right now, the train station is $2.90, right? We all going to do is complain. We got literally Twitter. We could all set up one day that everybody don't take the train for one day. But you're not going to have that. You're still going to have somebody that don't care really. Yeah. Whatever. So we're not going to get things done. So let's keep complaining. Nobody ain't going to do shit. Mm-hmm. We can get on the corner and yell like, yo, we need to do this. People just going to pass by and they ain't going to give a fuck. Until something catastrophic happens. Wait.
Right.
Hey, wait. I think that was the guy that was in the corner. What we need to do now? Nah, it's too late, bitch. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. That's how I see it. Because
it's been done.
It's crazy how there's manipulation for always something bad. There's not even a manipulation for something good.
Ever.
Like, okay, in Russia, people talk shit about Russia, but I heard people in, Russian families get like some type of help when you have starting with a new family. We don't see that shit here.
Yeah, in Germany too. You know how long they get like maternity leave for? 2 years. Paid.
That's the thing.
That's
That's what gets me mad.
That's
How they do it and we can't.
Right. Less people. Yeah.
They and it's weird because.
But they say, so, obviously some would say, oh, they pay more in taxes. So, because their tax system is 50%.
Listen, if you're going to raise my taxes and you can guarantee that there will be no crime on the streets, people are living a little bit good, goddamn, a little bit, to the point that I don't have to see somebody in the streets.
Right.
Like, we can't get to that level?
To the point that people can travel, right? Because that's another element that I find Europeans have, Australians have, people from different parts of the world, that they see the importance in traveling, and they come back to their homeland, and they build. What the fuck is wrong with that? You know what I'm saying? Of course, we're far away, I get it. But even just within our own country, or our own side of the hemisphere, South America, Canada, Mexico, like at least the Caribbean islands as well, and all these places, we have places that we can travel to, but the means of living here are so difficult that not even people get to do that. Some people do, but at the cost of what? Maybe they don't even live a good life here, but they'll travel. You see them travel all the time, but like they're living in a fucking shack or whatever the fuck case might be, right? But or maybe it's not, or maybe they're hustling for it and they got the means, they got the capability, and that's amazing too. But in terms of everyone should be able to experience travel and experience just different people, and then be able to take that back to their homeland, take that back to where they're from, build that up with their people. Because when you travel on your own, you start to see people more. You start to digest things differently. You start to be like, this is what life's about almost, right? Because you get that feeling of freedom. But then when you come back home, it's that constraint of it all. And I think that, especially in America, I do find it in these places in Europe are different, bro. Like, everyone does travel. Maybe it's because they're in close proximity to these other dope-ass countries as well. But it's also, they don't only stay there. They travel to America too. But that's the thing, that they are inspired by their people to do those things. It's not like here it's just like, everyone's like, stay in a bubble, Yeah,
and like everything is like a hurry up for something. Like this, the point of that basically is more time to chill.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the whole point. Why over here is probably, I don't know, way shorter than that. Over there's longer. The whole point is,
more times, siestas. You know what siestas are?
Nah.
There's that ass siestas in like Spain, bro, where it's like they get time in the day to just like sleep and nap and just like.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it's like it's a chill.
Listen, if you have someone mad at their career, cause listen, think about it, like, not to go back to that COVID shit, but you all this shit about just hard work. Imagine the people that went through all that hard work just to be told, we can fire you, don't take that shit. Like, that's crazy. Like, imagine you putting in that work as a police or a doctor, so they can just come out of nowhere with that shit. So that's why I was like, nah, man. Like,
but that's what happens. People get fired left and right. That's what happened to me. I fucking got fired from UPS on some bullshit. You know what I mean? And my whole shit just, and I was almost making top pay, and then boom, out of nowhere.
Because of that COVID shit?
Not even. I was working during COVID. They fired me because of dishonesty, because my license was suspended for 2 months or 3 months, but 3 years ago, and they told me, like, as in 3 years later. So they let me work all that time,
okay.
And then they're like, and then they fired me on dishonesty. I'm like, word? I bet. But the thing is, that happens all the time, you know what I mean? Like, I had to figure my shit out too, you know what I mean? And to keep it going. But the thing is that people, and that's why I'm saying it kind of goes back to that whole, we got to be self-sufficient, even in today's times, all the time. Doesn't matter, because at any moment, they could just take your job away. Or they could just, now you don't work here. Mm-hmm. Good luck. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Word.
They definitely have that shit. But in America, it's always been some, like, especially New York, there's always some shit like, hurry up, tomorrow work, boom, 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 boom. You tell people things like that about other countries, they'd be like, wow, really? You know what I'm saying? Like, But it could be done better. Like, I don't like to just be like, oh, nah. I think these motherfuckers could come up with better. I would have done it. Like, if I was like a person of a company, I would want my people to be like happy doing what they do, because if not, you're gonna have people that they're gonna do shit without no love. Like, like we all have dignity too. You feel
Right.
me? Like, there are people who not gonna get it. They're gonna grow up. They're gonna be fucking dumbasses and kill. But there's people that really want to live a good life. You know what I'm saying? So where's the help behind that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have people, you have jobs that you go, you apply and be like, yo, hey, by the way, can you sign this? This lets you know that we can just fire you whenever we want. Like, it's just like, you don't have to just, no, it's just whenever we want. And it's just like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? But I definitely think like there could be ways to change shit, because you're gonna create a bunch of people. Like, how about this? You see the shit that's going on with BRICS with all the different countries that they getting together and creating their own.
Oh yes, yeah.
Right. So what happened if them motherfuckers gonna be like, yo, we don't even need to go to the United States and be like, yeah, we conquered y'all. Nah, just be like, yo, what's up, guys? Yo, y'all good with the money of how y'all make over there? How about if you join our money and we just conquered your land and y'all just denounce America? You think people gonna be like, no, wait a minute, no, I'm American, what about how you live? Like, oh yeah, I do live. Fuck yeah. No, wait a minute, I'm American. No, it's like when Alexander the Great went to Egypt.
I see what you're saying. The indoctrination would be more potent than any violence caused to, you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, like you want you want the people in your country to be like, yeah, this country looks out for me and I work for my country. It got to be not this, we have a fucked up life, a lot of people here, and then you see corruption also in your government. So you're not taking care of your people. So if somebody else comes, they're not gonna go and conquer. Like, I think for that to work in the United States, it's not gonna be fucking ships coming in here bombarding. No, it's just about, yo, we got these motherfuckers cornered. They owe us a lot of money. I know y'all don't want us to come here with the guns, and that's the thing of the past. Just denounce your government, and y'all gonna be living way better off than you had. You think people gonna be like, no, nah? People gonna be like, all right, bet. That's what happened when Alexander the Great went to Egypt. Niggas, everybody was like, yo, Alexander the Great, because why? The people who was governing them was bullshitting. They was like, yeah, take Egypt, take it, yeah, what?
Well, they weren't gonna fight.
They wasn't gonna fight anyway, so.
Yeah.
But he found it surprising, like, oh shit. Yeah, because they were living under fucking tyrants. And it becomes to a point that it's like, yo, America, you need to figure some shit out, because you're going to have a lot of people who's going to fucking...
That's true.
Get on some wild shit.
That's the thing about misdirection. And you keep on misdirecting your people. And what do you think is going to happen? It's like, bro, what information is going to be really stopping you? The information that is keeping you super rich, or the information that is keeping you trapped in this world that we're living in and is going to be taken advantage of? If you share that information, yeah, it might cause ripple effects in good and bad directions, but I do feel like it would be more good than bad. You know what I mean by that? Because people, it's all about information, bro. So...
And we have the information. And we're not doing nothing about it. Let's be honest, yo. Like, some people want to be... Mr. Protest, but y'all don't even protest the drug dealer in your block. Like, what's up with that? Like, if we're gonna be all this righteous shit, we gotta start from block to block, street by street, fucking, apartment to apartment, city to city. Like, that's how it works. But we're not gonna be over here and be protesting online, and then you see shit fucked up in your neighborhood, and we gotta look the other way. And I get it too, man, because everybody gotta do their own thing, but there's no moral compass. I mean the hood. I'm talking about the hood. Like, when I see the hood, I do see shit that's like, we can fix it ourselves. Like, when you see hoods in like Queens, you be like, oh, this shit is totally different. But you don't see people like taking advantage of the neighborhood. We all talk shit about the neighborhood, but we don't even take advantage of it. We use it, we fuck it up, we make it look crazy. Like, and then we want to. So now we got to rely on people to vote to get a better life. Nah, we could have been doing this shit. That's why I also blame, like I say, it's not about blame, but it's just like, now we got to take care of it now. Because if our parents couldn't, I get it. They came from a different country. Imagine telling me to go to a different country because it's just better. That shit can be, it takes balls. I get it.
Definitely.
But now you're gonna let these politicians come and like they go to the heights every 4 years when they want that vote. They'll come. What we need to do? Oh, just bring Hillary Clinton uptown, and we're gonna play merengue. Like that's it. And we just stay right there clapping. And it's just like, do you know what they're gonna implement? Like,
right.
When y'all say, hey, yo, this, are they gonna work on it, or are they gonna, okay, in the next 4 years, hope, you know what I mean?
Hope.
And then we look around and like, yo, gentrification, why is this happening? Why the rent is high? Nigga, we could have done something about it. That's why I love, like, when people come from countries, they get together, but I get it because in their countries, I see, like, DR, people talk about DR, but shit, when something crazy happens in DR, they will fucking cause a riot. They will put a bunch of tires in the streets, and we won't see that shit here. Well, the New York crime, we don't see no protest. Unless it's a protest, with a little design, like, let's say the Palestine protest. You think people just really coming together, like, hey, you want to come and protest? No. There's somebody that says, yo, I'm going to get paid, I'm going to lead this protest. And then you see it on TV how it is.
Well, and also not even that, with schools. I was talking about that too on the podcast when I used to be in Hunter College, right? I had a class, like a political class, and part of the curriculum we had to protest. We had to protest. Keep this in mind. So we all had to pick a certain type of thing that we're gonna protest about. Oh, and then there was a day that we all were assigned to go out in the streets and protest with other people. And I thought about it further later on in life. I'm like, oh shit, this shit's mad, like
structured.
Structured as fuck, bro. Because what happens when you have people bring people. So even just like students coming together bring people that are already out in the streets and they're all just like pissed off out of the shit that they're pissed off about. And then it creates this giant misdirection because people aren't communicating the same thing. It's all just like different frustrations. You know what I'm saying? And then there's no forward motion. It's just a lot of hype. And
nothing done.
Nothing done.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
But when you can get shit done, if everybody be like, you know what? Like, let's say for the train, nobody take the train on this day. Maybe it will cost something because there's a lot of people that use the train. Mm-hmm. You're always gonna have those people that say, yo, I can't. I still gotta go to my job. I get it. Mm-hmm. But then there's no sacrifice then.
Yeah. And then also, you make a great point, right? And they'll be like, oh, no, but, they can't lower the price because of this reason and that reason. Oh, but what happens when, like, fruit is starting to expire? You lower the price, right? What happens when what happens when a bunch of people leave a certain area? Oh, your real estate prices go down, right? Oh, okay. So then, it could happen, right? Oh, okay. But it's just a matter of when you are choosing to when it could happen based out of how much money who's making. Oh, okay. Then you start to realize that it's...
Like, the fact that, when we were talking about that whole shit of the Drake shit that everybody spoke about, and this, I just be like, yo, it's crazy how, like, rappers came together to get out of one rapper. I fuck with Kendrick, but when you look at it from the outside, you're like, yo, look how quick people get together to attack a rapper. But when it comes to y'all contracts, y'all don't get together like that.
Right.
Y'all complain about it, but y'all don't get together.
Right.
Y'all gangsters, though. Y'all,
right.
like you holding a gun in every video. You can't say, yo, fuck my contract. Yeah. What you scared of?
Yeah. But they do, some rappers do, right? Like, they'll say in this shit.
Yeah, but when they get threatened, like, yo, go, man, up. You talking shit about the cop, man, go wear that dress. Like, I don't know how that works, but it's just like there's something about it that they're scared and they don't want. Like, I didn't know it was a big deal when Kanye was like, I'm gonna post my fucking contract, and he posted the contract, and I didn't get it. I was like, what the fuck was that about? But it's something going on that is like everybody's contract must be like really crazy in hip hop. So then it makes you think, so y'all just lying about what y'all earn.
Yeah.
So wait. So how come you even talking like crazy like that in your songs? That you're all, but your contract's not even right. Ain't that the first thing you want to fix? And so y'all not gonna get at the people up top that is. Okay, so.
But why do you think independent artists talk so much shit? Like if they're popping, like if they're big, and they put a stamp on being independent, because it's just like, nah, I didn't.
They should because you know what I'm saying, like It's just crazy. Like, people want to be tough and making music about, but the toughest shit is you having your own shit. And then when you see like stories of hip hop of how like Suge Knight and the South, like the main players who had real independent shit,
They were
they were trying to get together.
Right.
And then out of that,
true.
Allegedly you came like some shit happened.
And they were real gangsters. Like
Yeah.
let's be real about it, right? Because they fucking went into any room like, what's up? Like, I'm here now. You gotta deal with it. Like,
contracts that were getting, so they were. I didn't know. I'm thinking they just being bullies. They were being bullies.
yeah, but they had to because of the environment. What the fuck you expect? Like, right? Like, they had to be like, nah, bitch, I'm here. Like, what's good?
I
like,
got you under a contract, and you ain't gonna make no music, but you're gonna be under the contract.
Fuck out of here.
And then what Suge Knight will do? They will come in, be like, yo, you know this shit is wrong, right? Come on, fix it. No, they just, that's how it is. And then when you're trying to get them. They were trying to come together with Dame Dash too,
Dame Dash is dope.
Yeah, like he's an independent person that, maybe he did a couple things that is whack, but he got the mind right. You know what I'm saying? And
everyone's done a couple things that are fucking whack.
They were trying to kill the middlemen, and what happened? Something happened where I guess an insider kind of like snitched on what they were doing, like the FBI. That whole shit what happened with Murder Inc. and they got away with it, but all that came. Surprisingly, when they were trying to get something together, that's what we all talk about, right? Ain't that the whole point? But it's crazy how when you get close, it's like, oh no, they're trying to get away with something. Get out of here, boom.
Or they kill someone, or like,
And at first, you think that shit is like, yeah, right. They ain't gonna kill someone. Yeah, they will.
They'll kill you.
Yeah.
They'll fucking kill you.
When they found out that Michael Jackson had like that Beatles whole catalog and shit, they were like, this ain't good.
Bob Marley, fucking. Martin Luther King, Malcolm
Sony
X.
was like, what the hell is this? You know what I'm saying? Because you think, I got the money. I could afford it. It's just not like that. Like, yeah, I know you can afford it, but we don't want you to do that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we told you we don't want you to do that. All right, you know what? Wacko Jacko. Yo, you know what? Yo, send the cops at this nigga's house. Send the cops at this dude's house.
Yeah.
Tell him he got baby porn. That's it. Because once you get that on your jacket, you're never going to look the same.
That's a fact.
It's to the point that I think Michael Jackson was probably doing that shit with the kids. I
mean, there's a lot of shit with that, right?
I know Billie Jean, Thriller. I know Thriller is a great album, but, I could separate the art and who the human being was. Like, no sane person's going to grab their kid over the balcony like that. Like, what type of erratic shit is that? Nah, I don't know.
Yo, so I got this part in the podcast where I asked the individual that, is on, hey, do you have any question that I could take out into society? And I go and ask that question.
The first thing, I don't know why it came up to my mind. But I also, as soon as I thought about it, I was like, nah, that's corny. It's just, are you happy?
That's a good question. All right. Are you happy?
I am so happy. I'm walking in my divine purpose. I just launched my business and everything is popping. I'm so happy.
Hey! Bet. Are you happy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I say I'm happy because I was before in like growing up, life happening around you, deaths and family, good things with family, and you look around like you don't know how to react because like yo, all these things happening at one time, like what is life really about? And then during that time I was like, you know what? Let me look into what life is really about. Like, do some research or something. And are aliens real or something? Anything. And then I landed into the Bible. And I was an atheist. So one of the passages in the Bible is the truth shall set you free. Whatever that truth is, we will never know. But I definitely feel like a weight off my shoulders.
Well, I think it's your truth, right? The shit that you hide from yourself and people. When you are true to yourself and the people around you, you feel more liberated, you feel more happy, you feel more centered, you feel more like at peace, you feel like you don't have to hide anything, and it's also just like, oh, okay, I could speak to anyone. Yeah. And that is a freeing feeling, I feel. But can you ask me another question too? Because I just thought about it. I feel like what if someone just answers in a quick way?
Oh, because you're gonna actually ask that question?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
yeah. I'm gonna ask it anyway, but in this case, and I normally just have people ask me one question with this type of thing, but give me another question that might give a longer response. Does that make sense?
To ask anyone.
Yeah. What's the question?
are you living at your maximum purpose?
That's not a good one. Are you living in your maximum purpose?
I feel like I'm living in the moment, spreading joy when I have it, but also trying to make myself a better person for a better world.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's good. Are you?
No.
What would get you to living your maximum purpose? Or what's stopping you from living your maximum purpose? Besides yourself.
Yeah, like, because you know there's definitely going to be obstacles. It's not going to be one time like, I definitely am, you know what I mean? Because life is life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
do you believe that you're trying your best?
No. 'Cause I like to be honest. I like to be real honest. Yeah. Like, there's more things I could be doing. I like to make beats. I was telling a friend of mine, yo, I'm gonna do some production. I'll be home fucking around not doing beats when I know I could be doing beats. That's not maximizing that potential, you know what I'm saying? So part of it is making sure like the mind frame is right, you know what I'm saying? Not to be like, I promised to make some music and then you just walk into it and it doesn't feel right.
So do you feel like you're making excuses for yourself?
Yes.
Why are you making excuses for yourself?
Well, when it comes to, because it's so easy to be lazy.
Yeah.
You know, it's that iron will that you need.
Yeah.
To kick in.
Yeah.
So like, if they would have sold that shit in the streets, you probably would have been a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because sometimes it's hard. Sometimes, like, listen, going to the gym. Like when you tell me that you be waking up to the gym, all I be thinking about, that morning, I need that for my body, like to heal up. But
nah, you need to put yourself through pain, bro.
If that's what it is.
Yeah. And honestly,
part of it is fear too.
You gotta have like, and I was speaking about this before. Like, I'm hungry, bro, and I'm not talking about food. You know what I mean? Like, I'm fucking starving, and like, I don't know where this animal inside me really started to grow, but I feel like I am trying my fucking best, bro, with everything right now, and it's like, it's crazy. Yeah. Like, it's really crazy. And like, I always ask people that feel the way you do, I'm like, what's stopping you? Because like, there's got to be something that either you're not looking at in yourself with, that's making you be like, you know what, like, and that thing you're gonna hate 20 years from now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna hate it, because I hated it too. That when I used to always make excuses for things, or like, why am I not doing this, or why am I not doing that, and I always pointed out in people, and I always pointed out in love, because like for me, like, it's like, what is it that's really stopping you? Yeah. You know, and I always ask people, because I think that it's a measure of how you view yourself. Mm-hmm. You know, whatever that thing that you're saying, oh, I can't because of this, or I can't because of that. That is a measure that you choose to sit on, absolutely, like, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely. It's something that you, bro, I remember taking the bus to school, and I used to see this guy. He was really, really big, bro, like really heavy set, right? And I would see him every morning, bro, run. And I remember, because I would take the bus every morning, and I remember like, oh, this is the spot where I see the guy, and he's always gonna run. And every day it was the same shit. I saw him running. Yo, by the end of the year, bro, the dude was unrecognizable. I was looking for him. I was like, yo, why is he? I don't see him. I was like, oh, wait, no, that's him. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, shit. Like, yo, bro. And I'm just like, holy shit, like, transformed. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm looking at this. I'm like, yo, that's such a, and, you know, he's never seen me. He didn't even know that I'm probably, like, seeing every morning. I'm like, yo, like, wow, your persistence is, like, amazing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at this dude like, yo, keep going, you know what I mean? Like, like, keep going, like.
And that's what it's chipping away. Like, that's how, like, I live, like, I do my thing through art. You know, like, I love art. So whether it's music, I do it through that. But even what I do with the episodes.
I love that, bro. And you have almost 200 episodes. Let's just say that. Let's just say that, bro. And you started in the pandemic.
Yeah. You know, little videos, 15 minutes. And it's about like, okay, do I want to make it so much about like look how society is. No, but I will mix it in there.
Right,
you know,
right,
like
right.
yo, don't forget this is going on now.
Mm-hmm.
We could laugh, we could share because listen, right now we all paying money monthly for our cell phones just to share memes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it feels like it. You know what I'm saying? So memes are the future because it kind of relays like many things in the form of like just one picture or just one funny little thing.
But also another really good manipulation tactic because there's a lot of false information and narratives.
For good or bad.
Yeah,
it's
and
like a double-edged sword.
Oh yeah, that are flipped in everybody's stream. And it's funny how, you know, they give you exactly what you don't want and that's what you want. Does that make sense?
What do you mean, like in the algorithms and stuff like that?
Right, because they're gonna give you exactly what pisses you off, right? Or they'll give you exactly, or they'll give it to you in a way that is like you're supposed to be mad about this.
Yeah,
so like, you know what I mean? Like
that's why I take everything with a grain of salt, and I take things as like, yo, if this is simulation, fuck it, have fun. That's it. Because to me, sometimes it does feel like on some Truman Show shit. You know, you seen the movie Truman Show?
No.
That's the best. I love that because now I love seeing people like that really haven't seen a movie that is like really fucking. Like not life changing, but it's a really dope movie. Truman Show.
It's called The Truman Show, so it's not a show. It's a movie.
It's Jim Carrey movie.
Oh, okay. And what's it about? Like, give me a little bit.
It's about like he's thinking over here like he's living in the whatever, and then he just starts seeing shit that doesn't go with like what's going on. You gotta just see it.
Okay.
Cause then even it has like a metaphoric ending also. So basically, he didn't know that he was living in a world that he was the main character in. So when he starts seeing difference, like, yo, that car always fucking passes by when I pull away. This person says hi, but he didn't know he was living in a TV show. So you have people outside of it, like, oh my god, and they watch him grow up and shit. So you know, that's why I like to put a lot of movie shit in my like pop culture. You know what I mean? Like that's why I put a bunch of stuff like that mixed with some politics, mixed with some funny memes, funny TV shows. You know, but it's all like it's everything is just art, man, to me.
Absolutely, bro. And everything is a moment in time, right? So how people were emitting their art or emitting their business even in certain periods of time is spoken about throughout all time.
Yeah.
And it's also categorizing their time in that moment as a certain thing, whether it be like in Picasso. I've been speaking about Picasso lately often in my stories, and I've been like putting, yeah. So I feel like I'm going through my blue period. I don't know if you know Picasso.
I don't know about that.
So there's different periods that Picasso went through. So he went through the rose period, the blue period, the African. What's it called? Fuck.
So
The African the African influence period. He had
the shapes.
So it was the rose period, the blue period, the African influence period, and then the Cuban period.
Cubism.
I think something like that. So I feel like I'm in my blue period right now, where like, you know, I feel like when you're a child, you know, everything's kind of rosy and like you know, animation, Disney, you know, all these things, and then you kind of come into more of a reality, like, oh, so damn, this is how shit be, and it's kind of cold and it's kind of blue sometimes, you know, but even in the silhouettes of the blue, you can find some type of beauty within it, and I feel like there's a beauty in chaos, even though with some people, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, we're living in it and it's fucked up, but there is some type of beauty to it because it's what creates people to become who they are in that time, so I think it's very important. But as of right now, I feel like I'm in my blue period as an artist as well, and like how I think about life and everything like that. I kind of understand that frame of mind, you know?
To me, it's also it's like what you're doing, but it's basically leaving a mark. Like, let's leave a mark.
Yeah.
You know, because when you go back to like the Picasso shit, I remember watching a movie. I don't know if this was real, but it was a movie where like World War II, the soldiers was coming in. They was like, yo, like I guess they was trying to see like what goods you have, and he was like, yo, but I make these paintings. And the soldier was like, man, nobody want them bullshit ass painting. But it was Picasso letting him know, like, you know. So when I do what I do, even when I make my beats, it's like I understand when people say like they don't want to do it to be famous, because look at Picasso. Like if those soldiers knew what those paintings would have been worth, they would be like, this is the gold. You can find the painting right now. That shit was gonna go like for millions. And a lot of artists, when you look back, they become famous after they even die.
Yeah.
That's sad, because you imagine you're like, man, look at me with my dumbass paintings, man. This shit don't sell it for nothing.
Van Gogh.
And then motherfuckers are selling it for millions when you're dead. It's like, what?
Bro, Van Gogh, that the perfect example. And I spoke on this before too. Like, yo, Van Gogh cut off his own ear for the girl that didn't even want him. And now there's museums around the world with his art. If that shit were to happen now, motherfuckers would clown the person that cut off his own ear for the shorty that he didn't even want him. And they wouldn't buy his art, probably. You know what I'm saying? If that were to happen right now. Yeah. But that happened then. And then people are just like, oh, but Starry Night. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh, but why did you care about it after that? You know, he had to die and go. And I'm assuming no one gave a fuck when he cut off his ear for the girl that didn't even want him. You know what I mean? Like, who knows?
They're probably looking at Edgar Allan Poe's poems like, look at this bullshit. And they probably didn't, like, they probably look back like, that motherfucker got famous?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I do, like, it's like leaving a mark. I leave a mark.
Well, it's also easier to, how would I say, I guess, the same way we are tricked into valuing certain things, perhaps we are tricked into valuing certain people as well. And certain, you know, I was in the MoMA one day and I'm looking at like a painting. I'm like, bro, it's just a blue canvas. That's it. There's nothing on it. It's just blue. But this is supposed to be in a museum and it's supposed to be, bro, like I could have done this shit.
No, like the fact that you go to DR, you see people selling you paintings that they do, and what, they're not a famous person. But if I would have been like, oh no, but this was by Picasso.
Right.
Like, whoop.
Right.
You know what
yeah.
I mean? So there is a funny shit about art.
Yeah, and that too, right? Yeah, because it's all perception, bro. People want to appreciate art when motherfuckers die. Why can't you appreciate it when they're living?
Oh, you know that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
own friends and family might not fuck with you.
Nah, that's a fact.
That's why, like, listen, I could come over here and be like, yo, I got this shirt, and they be like, oh, it's alright, you know.
But
if I be like, yo, Drake rocking it, now it's gonna be sold out.
Well, that's why
that's sad though.
That's super sad, but that's human psychology, right? So if you're thinking about making a shirt, that's why if I ever make a brand or something, I don't want it connected to my name at all. I want it to like come from out of the blue, motherfuckers. You just see it, you just start to see it, and they're like, I wonder who owns this shit. I'm gonna have it with another name or some other entity, so it's not even tied to me, bro. Because I think that's.
But that's sad though, you know what I mean?
It is sad that you have to do that.
Yeah.
It is sad that you have to do that, but, bro, I don't think. Again, back to the whole animal aspect. I feel like, do you think that animals just sit around and cry about certain things, or they just take action based out of the circumstances, you know? Oh, shit, the camera just died. But the audio is still going. I definitely want to have you back on the podcast, man. Sure. And we could definitely keep on chopping it up.
This is just part one.
Nah, this is definitely part one. And what was I going to say? I usually end off by asking individuals, do you have any questions for me?
No, but how do you call it? Not a question, but just I want you to just keep doing your thing when it comes to art, man. Like, you know, if nobody tells you your art is this the shit, my nigga. Like,
yo, thank you, bro.
Your podcast, your music.
Thank you, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, bro.
And just keep going because, you know, I made my beats and I was like, oh, maybe it's okay. One I just happened to wake up and I see a Grammy winner like my post of my beat.
Wow.
And I know that might not be a big deal, but I was like, whoa. And it was a guy who works with Kanye West.
Wow.
Like, to me, like, that was like, it's not a cosign, but it's just like
somebody it's a
who
cosign.
won a Grammy,
liked
it.
They fucked
and
it.
commented, and he don't know me. Yeah, and I was like, damn, yo, like, because, you know, I think, like, if you can make a whack beat and you be like, nah, but it was produced by this guy, it's just people won't know that. Like, they'll be like, yeah, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how people are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So keep doing your thing, like how I do my thing.
Yo, yeah, bro.
Keep doing your thing because, yo, if you get no views on whatever you put out, just imagine, will you love to see someone's music from the days of Egypt? Yeah, it's intriguing. Be like, hell yeah, I wonder how that sounds.
Yeah.
Now imagine 2,000 years from now when people could actually hear your podcast.
Right.
They were like, yeah, the hell yeah, I want to hear what the hell they were saying.
Yeah,
like,
what was going on?
What was going on?
How people were really feeling.
Yeah,
right.
So it's if you think about it, our shit is famous forever.
That's a fact. On that note, bro, and I really fuck with that, and thank you for that, bro. Because it gives me energy and gives me more like, oh, you know what I mean? And I say the same to you, bro, because you're...
I need that too.
Nah, bro, you're... The way that you... And I tell you when I'm, you know, in person, you already know that, like, yo, you got it, bro. The way you think about things, I think what you should do more, though, is talk in the camera.
I hate that.
I know, bro, but you have a personality and you have a lot of words and you have a cadence, a rhythm that you speak with that can keep people in tune with. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you should definitely do that. Where can the people find you?
Instagram, D as in David, ISLA __. It's DiSLA where I post my videos. Twitter, same thing, DiSLA, DISLA __. And yeah, that's all.
So yeah.
Thank you, man.
Go. It's the conversation. Yeah. Take your mind different places. Now you know.